Hi, my name is Joe Nielsen, and I am the serious, numbers-oriented real estate professor baby. Yes. I've got a great 5 minutes for you. It's called Business Model Numbers. Before I make an offer on a property, I take my pre-offer property worksheet, which is part of my package of forms. Go to Real Estate Professor Baby. You can buy my forms inexpensively, and I'll give you everything, including my 26-page lease, including my rehab Bible. It's beautiful. But business model numbers, you really need to do the numbers before you make the offer. And you must understand your niche and what the numbers are. And we're going to go through that. The equation is rent, what you're going to receive, minus principal interest, that's the mortgage, principal interest, taxes, divide by 12, insurance, divide by 12. So rent minus PITI equals your gross margin, sometimes referred to as free cash flow by people selling you investments in magazines, etc. It's not. It's what expenses are taken out of. And so the gross margin minus expenses, which may be around $250, less if you do the work yourself, the maintenance, equals your profit on a monthly basis times 12 annual profit. Now let's go through that. Very important, because these are the real numbers that you have to do. You have, if you're not numbers oriented, that's okay, but you got to do these numbers. So what's your niche? Let's take a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in a good school district. I'm going to get a rent of $13.50. What would it be? What would you expect to get an appraisal? I would expect to get an appraisal of $100,000 after rehab. What would you expect the bank to give you as far as the percentage of your appraisal? I'd expect 70%. So I'm going to mortgage $70,000. And what factor would I expect? I'd expect an interest of 5.25, which would give me about a 6.8 factor. 6.8 times 70 gives me a principal and interest of $480. Taxes, $200 a month. Insurance, $40. Gives me a total of PITI of $720. So that's your PITI. So your rental amount is $13.50 minus $720 is $630 gross margin. I don't want any of my properties to have a gross margin. My standard is I don't want less than 400. So you want to figure that out. If it's less than 400 or if it's 200, may not be a deal that you'd want, because you want them to cash flow. Now expenses. People have expenses all over the place, and we have another YouTube video and another newsletter on just expenses. But I find the average expense is $250. That includes maintenance. That includes administration. That includes sewer. That includes tools. That includes gas. That includes everything. So we have the rent at $13.50, the PITI at $720, the gross margin at $630, expenses are $250, gives you a profit net monthly of $380 times 12 is $4,560. That's a good deal. Let's go through a couple of other situations that and see how the numbers work out. A business model: 3-bedroom row in a bad school district. Rent $750. PITI $600. Gross margin $150. Expenses $300. Bad school district because of the turnover, etc. So you're losing $150 a month. Not a good deal. Goodbye. Another one: 4-bedroom standalone in a good school district. Rent $1,300. PITI is higher here, $800, but because of the higher rent, the gross margin is $500. My standard is $400. Expenses $300. It's a big standalone, equals $200 profit. $200 profit is my minimum standard. Business model: 3-bedroom twin in just an okay school district. Rent $900. PITI $650. Gross margin $250. Expenses $250. Net $0. Do the numbers. Stay with the numbers. Get the numbers reported to you monthly, and you'll see where you are. Don't be a blind man in a snowstorm. Goodbye. Thank you.